So let's get to the last part of your foundation,
Yep.
because
Yep.
in your seminars and in your book you get a lot of faith and work. But why does economics matter to
Yeah.
a Christian?
Good question. Really good question. I think economics, and when we talk about economics at the Institute of Faith, Work, and Economics, we're not talking about GDP. We're not talking about this big picture of economics. But what we're really talking about is economics really is about the way people make decisions. We believe that we're called to be good stewards. In order to be good stewards, we want to provide more and more flourishing for our families, for our companies, for our communities. We believe that's what we're called to do as Christians, to really show people a glimpse of the way things could be. And flourishing gives people a positive picture of that. But to be a good steward and to be more successful at doing that, you have to understand the economic principles that are in the Bible. And without doing that, you're just kind of floundering around trying to figure out what the best thing to do is. And I really don't think you can do that without going back to the scripture. What people don't realize is there are a lot of financial and economic principles that are laid out in the scripture. For example, the eighth commandment, thou shalt not steal. I spoke on this the other day and I said, okay, what is it that we don't understand about that? Everybody, I hope, hasn't stolen anything today. We were good, let's go on home. But wait a minute, thou shalt not steal implies property rights. Property rights are the cornerstone for all flourishing. You go to a country in Africa, for example, that has no property rights, no one's flourishing. There's just poverty everywhere. So God understood that. And so God gave us absolute property rights in this temporal world so that we could be more accountable to Him to be good stewards. That's just one example of a principle, an economic principle that's in Scripture that often we overlook.